Anyways, let's talk about the women in our culture. How
Mhm.
find as a woman, how did you find your job in LUMS and the acceptance of a working women in the society and also in your family?
Mhm. Well, talking about problems regarding female workers, the major problems that female workers would come across, this depends on the institution. I would say that this is very subjective phenomenon that varies from institution to institution, varies from workplace to workplace, and from person to person as well. So I consider myself blessed in this regard that I've been associated with those institutions, those workplaces which were extremely cooperative, extremely motivating, then safe, secure, healthy, and comfortable. But this doesn't happen to every other woman out there. You know, women have a huge chunk of problems that they come across at the workplaces. And I think talking about some of those major problems, sexual harassment is one of the biggest issues that women would come across. Um, and then many other problems. For example, male female ratio. You know, if you look at the corporate sector, for example, places like banks and all. So, how many women are there as compared to men? Maybe it's a 70-30 ratio, something like that. You know, so women are 30%, men are 70%. And then making your place, being a minority, making your place at some workplace is extremely difficult, extremely challenging. So again, male female ratio, then gender biases. Gender biases is again, we live in a patriarchal society, you know. So over here, breaking through the glass ceiling, making it to the higher positions is extremely difficult for women. Women are not accepted at the leadership positions. So, because I think this is a huge misconception over here that people think that women are not as good at uh, leading, making decisions, and administration as men are. However, this is a misconception. If you look at the anatomy of human brain, this is actually provable biologically as well that women are better at multitasking. So if women are better at multitasking as compared to men, then obviously they can lead better, they can administer better, they can manage better. So they should be given an opportunity to get to those higher positions. So this is, I think, one of the major problems that women are not accepted. As you were talking about acceptance issues, women are not accepted at the higher positions, mainly because people think that they cannot manage, they cannot make critical decisions, and something like that. So this is, I think, these are some of the issues. I myself am blessed that I did not go through any of these problems. I've been associated with very good institutions, very good workplaces where nothing of the sort happened. But this happens to women at the workplaces,
True.
generally,
No,
naturally.
this is the problem side. I mean, of course, we are not talking about one woman. We are talking about the women in general. They are facing these problems.
Mhm.
This is the problem side. And what's the
Mhm.
solution side? What's the solution for that thing? And how can we make that solution possible, in your
Mhm.
opinion?
I think the remedy could be divided into three, four different factors. Number one, education and training. Number two, leadership positions. Women should be accepted and offered leadership positions. Then equal opportunities for men and women. And then the most important factor is health, safety, and security. You know, with specific regard to mental health. If you're mentally healthy, if you're physically healthy, then you can do whatever you want. And if you're not, then vice versa. So I think that's important.
All right. So the number one point that you have shared with me is the education. But now my question comes up like, how do you see the educated women in Pakistan? Are they doing the justice with the education they have got or not?
Well, I think this depends on the social class system as well. You know, I think women who belong to higher classes, they are given more opportunities to experiment with their education. You know, they are accepted to experiment to apply their education out there, but women with lower classes are not. I would say that when it comes to challenges and when it comes to women rights, there are two major divides. there are legal rights, and then there are norms, values, and norms, values based rights, social rights. So, as far as legal rights are concerned, Pakistan is progressing in that regard. Women are being given legal rights now. In some scenarios, they're also being given right to divorce, and then there are rights, legal protection against sexual harassment, domestic violence, stuff like that. But as far as rights in terms of norms and values are concerned, that still is a problem. Now, how is that a problem? Basically, um, first of all, lack of education, like in some areas, in less privileged rural areas. This is some kind of a norm that women should not be sent to the school. So this is lack of education part. Then there is lack of freedom of speech and freedom of choice. So choosing something for yourself, choosing a profession for yourself, choosing